Right, lads, welcome back to Ben Does FM. In the first episode of this mini-series, the League 2 Media Dream 11 were absolutely useless. Let's see if the media can pick a better team in League 1. Let's get into it. As you can see, we are going to be AFC Wimbledon in this League 1 Media Dream 11 mini-series. Before we get into it, just want to say, if you haven't done so already, please give the channel a subscribe. Please share the content with a friend or anyone that you know loves Football Manager. Going to be trying out a few different series. This is the first of the series away from our Millwall save. Hope you're enjoying it so far. If you haven't done so already, please go back and check out the League 2 Media 11. See how that got on. Quite a surprising result in that one. But yeah, go and check that video out. In this one, we're going to take a look at AFC Wimbledon. We're going to take a look at the Media 11, who they've picked for their team. We're going to go into a little bit of a change in terms of how we run this episode. We mentioned in the previous one that we're going to look at the squad dynamics piece. We're going to change the roles for the players who are currently at the club we've selected. So in this case, again, AFC Wimbledon. We're going to change them all to squad players. Hopefully that means they won't become so unhappy. Give it a little bit of a fairer chance for the Dream 11 to succeed. But as I keep saying, if you haven't done so already, please do subscribe to the channel. Please share the content with a friend, a family member, or anyone, as I keep saying, you think will love the FM content. Let's get straight into AFC Wimbledon and see if we can get this Media 11 at least into the playoffs this time. Right then, so straight into the Media Dream 11, and let's have a look at AFC Wimbledon and where they're predicted. As you can see here, guys, 24th, they are 200 to 1 outsiders to win the league. After we made the changes with Accrington, they went from 250 to 1 to 91, and we still couldn't get them even in the playoffs. So with the changes in this Media 11 and moving these players into AFC Wimbledon, I'm expecting them to go heavy odds on favourites again, and let's see if we actually can get them promoted. Before we do that, we're going to run through the players and we're going to move them into the squad. But we're going to run through the players that are in the Media 11. As you can see here, a lot of them are from Luton. So Luton are currently 1 to 4 favourites. They're going to change quite heavily, I would imagine, in terms of their odds because, as you can see here, 8 out of the 11 are from Luton. So we've got Thomas Kaminski in goal, Alfie Doherty at left back. If you're a Millwall fan, we know all about Alfie Doherty. Kai Naismith at centre half, Ten Den Mengi at centre back alongside Kai Naismith. We've got Callum Chambers from Cardiff, Barley Mumba from Plymouth, Shandon Baptiste from Luton, Marvellous Nakamba from Luton, and Isaiah Jones from Luton. And then we've got Elijah Adebayo up front from Luton and Reece Healy. So a team there that is pretty much made up of it is fully made up of players from teams that got relegated last season from the championships. You've got Luton, Plymouth and Cardiff. I would be amazed in this save if we cannot get this team promoted. As I said, Luton are 1 to 4 favourites. We've got 8 out of the 11 players are going to be coming into AFC Wimbledon. I think this team has got to get promoted. Yeah, we fixed the squad dynamics. So I think we have, as I said, we've made the players who are already in the squad all squad players or below. So you can see there are a couple of fringe players. So the players that are going to come in, they're all going to be starters. These guys shouldn't get too unhappy. In terms of staff, we have got a full bill of staff members as well. They haven't left with me becoming the new manager, which is great. We don't have to rely on Rob Elliott, although I have signed him to be technical director again in this one, just to fill the gaps in the staff. But we have got a base of staff members already, so that should help. I think if we cannot get this team promoted, I'll be amazed. I really will be amazed. As I say, fully made up of players from the Championship dropping down into League One. I think this is the one where we get this team promoted. Leave a comment down below. Do you expect this team to be promoted, or do you think again that the team will struggle? Do you think they'll make the playoffs, or do you think again, like Accrington, they're just going to languish in mid-table? Leave a comment down below and let me know. Right, so all the players have been moved to AFC Wimbledon. This is really interesting because, as I mentioned, in the League 2 version, We went from 250 to 1 outsiders to 1 to 91 favourites. So we were absolute bankers and we still couldn't get it over the line. The media still don't think, even though we've taken 8 players from Luton, don't forget they've received no transfer fee for these guys. So it's not like they've got a huge bank balance to go and replace the team. We've taken 8 players from Luton. We still aren't favourites to win the league. That is really interesting to me. So maybe it's not going to be as easy as I thought. I in my head, I'm thinking the higher up the leagues we go here, the easier this will become. But we're still not favourites. So that is really interesting. As you can see, all the players have moved to AFC Wimbledon. We are just going to have a quick look at the tactics because, like I said last time, that changes with when you add the new players in. So what we're going to do is just look at what suits this team. It's still going to be 4-4-2, but we're just going to see what we do. Let's go with control possession this time. We're going to do nothing else, and we're going to go 4-4-2 like we've got, and let's just see if that makes a difference in this save. The best 11 is going to be obviously the guys we've brought in. Let's just make sure it is. So, yeah, Kaminski, Callum Chambers. Is Ryan Johnson? Is he... Okay, so he needs to come out. That's interesting. That is interesting. Barney Mumba's not in there either. So, what have they done here then? So, we just need to sort this out before we go into it. So, Chambers was right back. Mengi was centre half. So Kai Naismith needs to come in at centre back, and Alfie Doughty obviously needs to be moved back. So we've got that. So Ryan Johnson needs to come out, and Kai Naismith needs to go in there. Alfie Doughty needs to go at left back, and then Bailey Mumba needs to go in at wide midfield, and then that is exactly the same now. So that is the full team in for the League One Dream 11. Let's see how these guys get on. Same as before, we're going to now get through to about 10 games into the season, see how they're getting on. As I said, my expectation is that this team should win the league and win the league quite comfortably. 1st of August, we are 9 games into the season. As you can see here from the left-hand side on the league table, we are in 7th place, 4 points off the top. Level on points in Wickham and Wigan in terms of a playoff place. Let's just have a look at how the early season results have gone. Well, we started like an absolute house on fire. We won our first 5 league games. Our only defeat coming against Millwall in the Carabao Cup. But since then, we have not won in 5. We've lost to Wickham. We drew to Wickham, lost to Reading, lost to Plymouth. We're down to 10 men there, look. But yeah, we've really struggled in our last 5 games. So that's really interesting. Let's just have a quick look now in terms of some key performers. See who's been scoring all the goals. So we've got Elijah Adebayo. He's got 6 in 11. Apart from that, we haven't scored too many from elsewhere. So that is interesting. Yeah, we've not scored too many other goals, really spread around the side. So, looks like we're pinning all our hopes on Adebayo. Hopefully, he doesn't get injured. But yeah, he started really well. 7.43 rating to start the season. He is on fire. We're going to need to spread some goals around, though. Reece Healey, obviously the other centre forward, he's only got 1. As I said, I was expecting this team to be at the top of the league at a very, very minimum here. What I'm keen to see as well, I was just about to say where Luton are. So Luton are 4th. So we've taken 8 players from their side and they're still above us in the league, albeit only 2 points at this stage. Let's go in and have a look now and see if the odds have changed at all for us. Luton are still heavy favourites. We've been pushed out to even money. And like the Accrington save, we now only have a few players. Well, we have less players than we started with in terms of that Dream 11. So, Kaminski's still in, but Luton have now got the 2 centre-halves. So they've got Mads Anderson and Mark McGuinness. Tahith Chong has found his way into midfield now. Jacob Brown up front, and Callum O'Dowda is wide left. So, We went from obviously having the full 11. We've now only got 6 in the side. So that is interesting. I still think we can do this. I think this team should be good enough to get at least into the playoffs. I think they should be getting promoted automatic. Like we did last time, we're probably now going to sim to the start of January. So we're going to play quite a few games now. Let's see how we get on. But I think they need to start picking up some points. They're obviously on a bad run of form at the moment. Before we do that, actually, I'm going to have a quick look at the squad dynamics. Yes, team cohesion is getting there. The club atmosphere has really helped. This was, if you remember from the last episode, this was absolutely shot to bits. And we all know how important the club atmosphere is in Football Manager. If it's bad, it lets you know. It lets you know, and it will completely ruin your results. So that has improved. The team cohesion's getting there. Oh yeah, I'm interested to see how we get on now. I'm going to, as I said, I'm going to sim to the 1st of January, see how we go. Hopefully, we are still in some sort of promotion playoff picture. Let's sim now to January. Right then, fellas, as you can see, we are at January 1st, and AFC Wimbledon are sat in 8th position. 10 points off the automatic promotion places. Huddersfield are in 2nd with 50 points. We are down in 8th on 40. We are only 7 points off 3rd and 2 points off 6th. We do have 2 games in hand as well. So we're not that far off, though I'm a little bit disappointed and surprised we are in that position. As we've done before, let's just go into the squad, have a look at any key performers. You can see there, Adebayo has got 21 goals. That is ridiculous. 21 goals in 28 appearances for Adebayo. Mumba, he's coming in with 8 goals. He's playing up front, which is interesting. Yeah, let's just have a look here, see what's happened. Reece Healy is playing right midfield for some reason. So that would mean to me that changes have been made in the last game or so. But yeah, still not many goals away from Adebayo. We're heavily reliant on him. 21 goals. And then outside of that, look at this. It's spread 2 goals, 2 goals, 2 goals, 1, 1, 1. So not many goals. Reece Healy on 1 goal in 17 games. Let's just have a look. Has he been injured? It says he's been injured there. Right, so he's torn his knee ligament. So he'll be coming back for the second half of the season. That's going to be interesting. Yeah, I'm surprised by that. Not the injury, but the fact he only had 1 goal. But that explains a lot. He's going to come back for the second half of the season. He could make a big difference, I think, to this team. But as I've said, Adebayo, 21 goals in 28 games is ridiculous. His average rating's dropped a little bit, but I mean, he's still well above 7. He is absolutely flying in this side. Have a look at some key games as well. We've hit another real bad run of form in this patch. So let's see who we've played, any of the big sides. It doesn't look like we've played Cardiff there. Drew 1-1. Doesn't look like we've played many other. We drew there with Huddersfield and we lost, got an absolute battering by Luton last game. So we've got a lot of the teams again, obviously second half of the season to play. Burton coming up in quick succession, Cardiff, Bolton. So there's a bit of a key run in here in January. Reading are in 3rd. So yeah, this is a real key month for us. Wickham there, they're in 10th. They're not too far away, I don't think. Yeah, they're right behind us. It's really tight. Look at that. I actually didn't look all the way down pretty much to Stevenage in 12th. They're only 5 points off 6th. So, yeah, a really tight league. We have got 2 games in hand, as I've mentioned, but this could get interesting now. Moving forward into the second half of the season, we are going to go ahead another 10 games. So I want to keep an eye on this one a bit closer because, I say, it's so tight and we have got a really important month coming up. I'm actually just going to we'll continue through to the end of Jan, see how this month has played out. And then we'll come back and look at the rest of the season. But yeah, we're gonna continue now to the end of January and come back and see how the guys are getting on. This isn't going too well at the minute. We are now down in 12th place. We are 9 points off the playoffs. I said January was a huge month, and it really has not gone well. Started well with a win against Burton, and then after that, not much else can be said. Defeats to Charlton, Cardiff, Rotherham, and Reading, and then in between that, we've had 2 draws with Burton and Bolton, just more recently against Wickham. But we are really struggling for goals. We have scored 1, 2, 3, 4 goals in the whole of January. So let's just go and have a look and see what is going on. Adebayo, his scoring form has completely dropped. He hasn't scored at all. Ballymumba, he's now up to double figures. I did say that Reece Healey would be important for us. He cannot hit a barn door, it seems. He scored 1 goal all season, which is absolutely horrendous. But yeah, January hasn't been kind. We're now struggling, I think, for the playoffs. We have got a game in hand. We win that. We got a 49 points. Well, I say we've got a game in hand. We've got a game in hand on Peterborough. We don't have a game in hand. We played 1 more than Plymouth and Huddersfield. Yeah, it's not looking good. It's really not looking good. This is more challenging than I thought it was going to be, which is, I've said a few times, really interesting. I thought this team would certainly walk the league. I wasn't sure about the League 2 version, just because it's League 2. This, I just thought, with the players that we have taken from the Dream 11, they were all relegated from the Championship. I really did think that this was going to be quite easy. I certainly didn't think we'd be sat down in 12th. Again, comment down below where you think this is going wrong. I'm just going to quickly flick into the club dynamics. So the atmosphere has gone down a little bit. This is because the players want better playing time, it seems. So even though we've moved the players down to squad players, they still want more game time. Is that affecting them? The team cohesion is up to good. And the managerial support is pretty average. But yeah, I'm really surprised. I still don't think the club atmosphere it's average, right? So it's not affecting us that badly. But yeah, I'm interested to see how now the rest of the season pans out. I want to get another quicker update in than we perhaps did last time. So I think we will actually no, we'll probably do about the same. I think we'll come back to about mid-March. Let's see where we are. Yeah, I'm surprised by this one. Again, I am really surprised. So let's get continuing. Let's get to mid-March and let's see if the results have improved. 6th of March, check-in time. And this is going from bad to worse for Wimbledon. We are now down in 15th place. And we are not getting into the playoffs, let alone automatic promotion. This has just fallen off a cliff. Now, we started so well, and yeah, this has just been horrendous. Look at the amount of games we've played where we haven't scored a goal. Or look at the amount of games where we've scored only 1. I mean, the level of goals in this team is just ridiculously low. Reece Healey has scored 1 goal in 33 games. So whoever from the media has picked Reece Healey in the Dream 11, I think you've got to have a long, hard look at yourself. This is hilarious. We've had 2 players in double figures. Our 3rd highest scorer is Callum Chambers and Mengi, who are both centre halves. And I mean, this is just, yeah, I've never seen such a low scoring team or one player score such a high. I mean, Adebayo's fallen off a cliff as well. He was on 21 goals, I think, in 24 or 28 games. He's really fallen off. He was up at 7.27. His average rating has dropped. But yeah, this has not gone well for AFC Wimbledon. The Media Dream 11, I think, is going to fail quite miserably again. Luckily, we're safe. And luckily, that early season form has saved them. But yeah, this is going to be another failure for the Media Dream 11. What I'd be keen for, I know I keep asking, is there anything you guys think we can do to help the Media Dream 11? So we've tried to make the current players at the squads all squad players so they don't get too unhappy, though that, as you can see here, has not helped. Maybe we might need to release the players. I didn't want to amend sort of the league too much. So if you did release these players, they might go to other clubs in the leagues, which maybe not a fair test then. Maybe we need to, just to keep the club atmosphere as best as possible. How we then build out the other players within the squad, I don't know. So maybe this is just going to happen every time. But as I say, I'm really keen to hear your guys' thoughts. How can we help the Media Dream 11 get promoted? I thought the two teams would just, well, as I said, League Two, I wasn't so sure. This team, I was adamant, would definitely get promoted. I thought they'd probably win the league. So yeah, I'm really, really amazed that they're sat down in 15th. It's not like we had a huge amount of injuries. Yeah, I'm really surprised. Really, really surprised. I think what we're going to do now is just going to forward to the end of the season, see how it finishes up. I don't think we're going anywhere in this one. But yeah, please put a comment down below. Let me know how you might tweak this or what you want to see from the championship team to maybe get them to succeed. Are you happy with them all failing? Let me know in the comments down below. We're going to forward now to the end of the season and see how AFC Wimbledon finish up. At this point, I am going with Fraud 11. I don't know about the Media Dream 11. We have finished 20 points off the playoff positions. Only 24 points clear of relegation in the end. That's quite a lot, to be fair. But 20 points off playoffs, 28 points off automatic promotion, and a whopping 38 points off Bolton, who won the league quite convincingly in the end. But I am amazed at this result. I know I said it with the League 2 one. I'm going to say it again. Yeah, I just can't believe how bad this team has performed. We drew 18 games, which is just a hideous amount. Lost 14, far too many. But look at that. Luton lost 14 games and they still finished third. So we just drew far too many games. Let's look how we finished the season. Again, a hideous run of results. Look at that. 2 wins since January. Or 3, sorry. 3 wins since the start of January against Burton, against Barnsley, and against Northampton. I mean, you're never going to get promoted doing that. You're never going to get anywhere really doing that. So I'm astounded by this side. If Reece Healy's only scored 1 goal, he managed to score 4 in the end. Reece Healy managed to get 4 goals in 40 appearances. So, as I said in the previous segment, whoever picked him from the media, I think they should just pack it in. I don't know why he's still playing right midfield. I'm amazed at this one. We've got a £13 million central midfielder, which is really high for League One. We've got a 27 goal centre forward. I can't believe that these guys haven't been promoted. I can't believe they finished outside the playoffs. To finish 14th is absolutely horrendous. So the Media Dream 11 has once again failed. Not good enough from them. As I said again in the previous segment, please do let me know how you would like to see the championship video. If there's any changes you'd like to make, if you want to see a certain formation played, should we change that rather than doing what is suiting the team at the time? Yeah, should we do a 4-3-3? Should we do a 4-2-3-1? Is that too meta? Will it be too easy then for them? But do let me know what you want to see. I'm really intrigued now. I thought these guys would win the league, as I keep saying. To not even finish in the playoffs is just shit, to be perfectly honest. So, yeah, I'm really intrigued, even more so now, moving forward into the championship one, whether they are going to be able to do it. Let's just have a quick look and see how the season finished. So, we still finished up with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 players in the Media Dream 11. We were still supposed to finish 4th. Sorry, what am I talking about? We were still supposed to finish 2nd, which I'm just amazed at. As I said, we were 200 to 1 outsiders. We ended up being odds on to get promoted. We haven't got anywhere near that. I'm shocked with this one. Really am shocked. But as I say, that is going to be the end of the League One Media Dream 11 episode. Let me know, as I keep saying in the comments down below, whether you like these styles of videos, whether you've enjoyed the challenges, seeing how we've checked in throughout the season. Do you want to see more of the season? Let me know as well. But if you haven't done so already, as I always say, please subscribe to the channel. Please send this and share it to someone you know loves Football Manager content. And we will see you on the next one for the championship episode.